So I need you all to stand up. Who's played heads or tails? Yeah. So if you haven't, I'm going to flip a coin and you've got to make a decision whether you're going to be heads, so hands on your head, or tails, hands on your butt. You've got to make your decision and you can't change. If the coin lands on the one that you chose, you stay standing and the rest of you sit down. Sounds pretty simple, right? Right, so make your first choice. Heads. So if you had your hands on your butt, you sit down. Right, make your next choice. Heads. I'm not rigging this. This is just how the coin flips. All right, make a choice again. Tails. Who do we have left? Oh, few still. Right, make your choice. Heads. Oh. Make your choice. Heads. Tails. Heads. How many do we have left? Right. Tails. Awesome. So did you notice that that was a game of choice? Have a think. Were any of your choices impacted by the people around you? In life, choices can be affected by the environments or people around us. The choices that instantly fulfill a need or want, but aren't necessarily crucial or beneficial, we can call instant gratification. Something that gives us immediate satisfaction. A story found in Genesis tells the story of two brothers, Jacob and Esau. It demonstrates the concept of instant gratification. Written as a documentation of human history, the emphasis of Genesis is on God's plan to restore humanity and the place they hold in his world, through the promises made to his people. Jacob and Esau are descendants of the great leader Abraham. Genesis 25 is an introduction to their story. If you'd like to follow along, we're jumping into the story at verses 29 to 34. Once, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew. I'm famished." Jacob replied, "First sell me your birthright." "Look, I'm about to die," Esau said. "What good is the birthright to me?" But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. Esau is a skillful hunter, while Jacob is quieter. This contrast can be seen in verse 29, as Esau comes in from the field, while Jacob is cooking a stew. The passage continues as a conversation between the two brothers. The language used could portray that the conversation is not friendly and includes some tension, with Esau's impulsive words, "Let me have." There are two possibilities that could be raised here. Either his manner was due to an exhausted state of mind, or he expected Jacob to adhere to his request because of his power as the eldest. Imagine yourself having just done a hard day's work. Maybe hunting, playing sport, working or studying. What thoughts are going through your head? How does your body feel? Verse 32 demonstrates Esau's careless attitude towards something that in that time was valued of utmost importance. He held birthright, meaning that he received special privileges and advantages with being the firstborn son. He shows no value in God's promises made to his descendants, as he is putting aside the fact that these promises would be inherited by him in great value. Esau, through this passage, demonstrates how easily we can be led by things of the world rather than God. It identifies how often we choose the path of instant gratification, an immediate fix, rather than thinking and allowing God to lead us in a specific direction. When in the midst of deep struggles, what or who do you turn to? Life can sometimes be a lot like a surf competition. We ride our boards out into the big unknown, trusting and holding on to the hope that something amazing will come. Waves can be so unpredictable. Life at times resembles this. We set ourselves up for what is thought to be coming, but instead something else hits us. Riding a wave can be tricky, staying balanced amongst all the bumps and fellow surfers. We can crash and fall off our board. Hard knocks are challenging. This is when choices become harder. There becomes a longing for something more, something that seems to have been lost in the hardships. Things of the world can distort any truth and comfort that comes from God. Esau was in a state of hunger, and in that moment of weakness, made a choice that cost him something of great value. You may have been knocked off your board, but God's outstretched hand offers so much more than anything of this world can. What is your birthright in life at the moment? What choices could affect this for you? Jesus promised that there would be trials and suffering in this world. He promised hardships, but wait, for he has overcome the world. God's promised Son has overcome this world, and we have the choice to take hold of that outstretched hand, no longer having to struggle in the surf. Who will take that hand, climb back on, and catch another wave?